What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Deluxe, and today I am here with Shadow, and we were doing the CrewCast podcast, and we are both sick as fuck. But we're here, we're grinding it out, doing it for you guys, and basically just didn't want to miss it. We always wanted to do it on the same day. I have a really bad cold, basically a lot of junk in my throat, stuffed up nose, blowing my nose 24/7, can't sleep, droggy, I'll get like a big energy boost in the morning, and I'll die at night. Pretty much when the sun goes down, I go down pretty much. And it's pretty late right now. It's 11 o'clock, and so we are at the end of our day, and it's just, it's one of those things. So what you got going on, Shadow, sickness-wise?
Oh, well, I'm kind of on the mend. Like, right now, literally, it's just my throat is still kind of dry. And it's making my voice sound weird.
It's actually very sexy, I will say that.
But why do people say that? It's fucking weird.
It's weird, but it's kind of good.
It's fucking weird. But yeah, no, like, I'm fine. But if my voice starts cracking, like, towards the end of this, because I'm talking, it's cracking right now, goddammit. Whatever.
So we apologize if we cough, if we take some sips of water, or if our voice cracks. Sorry about that. You brought up a good point earlier. And believe it or not, we are very similar on this. And I didn't expect to speak about this, but medicine, on the whole fact of medicine. I don't take any medicine for pretty much anything. I'm a pretty healthy guy, and I don't take medicine because I always feel like my body can run that course. I kind of don't want my body to get used to taking medicine. I don't want to get used to taking medicine, painkillers, any of that stuff just to get over it or go through that. I like to let my body run the course. Now, but in extreme cases, of course, I will take medicine. But natural things, sleep and just basically, laying up, not doing much of anything, eating like I'm supposed to. I know sometimes you got to force yourself to eat. I know a lot of people, when they get sick, they don't like to eat. But we have very similar outlooks when it comes to medicine. And I don't know how you are with it, but that's kind of where I'm at on the whole medicine thing.
No, I'm right there with you. Like, beforehand, like, I never liked taking medicine because, I mean, when I think of medicine, I think of, like, that Robitussin stuff that just tastes
like
awful.
ass, yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like, and it eventually got to the point where, like, all right, I'm tired of gagging while taking this. And so I'm just like, you know what, screw it. I'll just get sick. And like, I always just had the mindset of, you know what, when I was younger, I didn't know how it worked. I'm just like, you know what, if I just let my body, like, build up strength against all these sicknesses, then I'll just become immune to every sickness and I won't even need medicine. Now, I mean, that's flawed, obviously,
right,
because that's not how it works. But yeah, like, I'm like you. It's just I don't like putting, like, those sorts of drugs in my body. Like, yeah, people don't, like, think of medicine as a drug, but that's what they are. Like, they're the good kind of drugs, but I'm just, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And plus, like, side effects scare me. And okay, Tylenol doesn't have any fucking side effects, but
right.
Even so, like, just what if my body has a bad reaction to this, and, like, I start feeling worse? It's just like I'm not feeling like, yeah, like, I'm feeling, like, terrible right now, but it's something I can manage. Like, I don't want anything in addition to it.
Right. I feel the same way. I'm with you. I'm scared of a lot of side effects, and my biggest fear in life is not being in control of my body, kind of thing. I'm very weird about that.
That is not weird at all. I understand that.
Like, that's the reason I don't drink. That's the reason I don't do drugs. That's the reason I don't take a lot of medicine. I like to be in control. I like to remember things. I like to have experiences the way they are, not the way that it's portrayed in anything that I take or anybody else does to change that. So that's me to a T. Like, I just hate taking medicine. And why on earth do people think that it's okay to make medicine cherry flavor? I don't understand that. I don't like cherry anything.
That's something like with the Robitussin and then like the
Right.
liquid Tylenol. Like that's something I never understood. There was one medicine that I took, and I forget what it is. Like if I remember correctly, it's like that pink stuff.
You talking about
Uh,
Pepto-Bismol?
Maybe
Is it
I
kind
don't
of
know.
is it for like stomach medicine? It has a pink bottle, little cap.
Well, I mean, I know what Pepto Bismol is.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Pepto Bismol that I'm thinking of,
Right.
but it tasted really good, and
Yeah, it's Pepto-Bismol. It tastes a little, it's not bad.
yeah, and I mean things like Tums and stuff. Like everyone is, oh, Tums, it's chocolate. Like I like Tums. Like
Yeah, they're not bad.
they tasted like. I understand like you don't want to make them taste too good, so people don't just like eat it and overdose on it or whatever. Like, fine, fair enough. But like, why do you have to make it taste like fucking poison?
Death,
Like,
yeah.
have you, okay, like this Robitussin stuff, yeah, sure, it works. Have you tried it? Like, how about you make people want to take it, you fucking morons?
All right.
It's awful.
Pick a different flavor. Like cherry is not the thing, and grape is just as bad. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Like, ugh.
cherry, I like cherry starbursts. Don't They're my least favorite starburst, but I mean they don't taste
Is
like
it cherry
like
or is it strawberry?
there's well the strawberries the pink ones and those are the best
Oh,
ones.
that's where I'm getting mixed. Okay, I got you.
But no, like if you had Tylenol taste like cherry starbursts, then it wouldn't be so bad. But I don't even know what that taste is. It's like they smashed a cherry on some plant or I have no idea. It's awful.
It is awesome. It's awful, awful, awful. Ugh. I just have that taste in my mouth every time.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
when I was young, my mom trying to give it to me. And she's like, "You just got to take it and get it over with, and you can chase it with this, water or whatever." And I was just
And
like, "This is the worst."
the water never helped, and it's so funny. Like I haven't taken that medicine in probably over a decade, and I still have PTSD. Like just thinking about the taste, it makes me gag. Like fuck you, Tylenol.
Right? Oh, medicine altogether. Ugh. So, what are some of the things that you've done, Shadow, to kind of get rid of whatever you're doing right now?
I just sleep.
Sleep. It's probably the
Mostly.
best thing, to be
That
honest.
that's one of those things where most things that if something's wrong with me, I can I'm just like, oh well, I mean this sucks, but just a night of sleep and I'll wake up and I'll be fine the next morning. When I'm not fine the next morning, that's when I start getting a little worried. Like this throat thing has been going on for a few days, and like I'm getting a little better, but
Right.
I mean it's not like those things that was over in a day. But most things, yeah, it's just sleep and drinking water.
Yeah, water's the big thing. Like, water kind of like flushes you out on all the other things, and rest kind of just resets your body overall. So, I mean, that's the best things you can do. Hot showers for me, I got a runny nose. It makes it kind of flush a little bit easier. Water actually dilutes my, I know it sounds gross, snot a little bit, makes it a little bit easier to get out. Hot makes it where I can actually breathe steam of certain sorts. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I tried. There's a big thing on, like, I looked up YouTube videos because, when you don't know how to do something, YouTube is the key. And so I was just looking up, hey, what are some of the things that people say on YouTube? And I ran into some dumbass shit, like, overall. But I got to some decent videos. And one of the things I was very, surprised about that was on a bunch of videos that people had, like, swore by was garlic. Garlic would help you in some form or fashion. So I went out and got some garlic today, cut it up in the cloves. I can't taste a fucking thing right now because my taste buds are all fucked up because I'm sick. But I could taste that shit, and I will never eat garlic ever again.
Oh, you
the way it
ate
was.
garlic? Oh,
Not like in a big clove, just little, small, tiny bite. But that shit will fuck you up in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, dude.
And then after that, it's like very mild. But the first 10, it's like you're getting stung. on your tongue. It's horrible. It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I used to work at a cheesesteak shop, and which
Yeah, yeah.
and somebody pulled a prank on me, and like this was one of the worst. I never used to put onions on anything. Like onions were nasty.
Yeah.
But like you working around.
Cheesesteaks all the time. You gonna put the onions on there? Yeah.
Yeah, like working around and like putting like fried onions on there and like caramelized fried onions on a cheesesteak. Like they're pretty good. So like I started putting fried onions on my steaks and stuff. And this one asshole put up, like while I wasn't looking, put like chopped up a little garlic clove into like the shape of an onion and just put it on my sandwich, and I bit into it. I'm just like, you fucking and it just complete dick move. And it's funny because like I like the taste of garlic things.
Yeah,
but you can't just straight up bite into garlic.
Yeah, it was not a smart move, but hopefully it'll help me out. They said that in the YouTube videos that can these stats are kind of crazy, just like any stats on any type of medicine. Like everybody reacts to something differently. They said up to 50% increase in time that you'll be not sick or whatever kind of thing. Like you'll be sick only for 24 hours, not 48 hours kind of thing. So I was like, okay, whatever. But so I did it, and I'm an idiot, but we'll see if it works. And I don't know, man. I feel like I got sick just being out in public. I went to a public event, and I'm pretty sure I got sick that way. And I usually don't get sick very well. I usually fight it off pretty well. I'll probably get sick probably once a year, like allergies, just a little bit, and don't fuck me up too much. They just kind of make me have a stuffed up nose just for a little bit, and then I get over it and I'm good to go. Summer, I'm pretty good. For you said, without giving too much detail, you went over to a friend's house, not a lady friend, by the way, guys, so don't even. A friend's house, and someone there was sick, and you think you got sick because of that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, that was probably just, like, more of a mental thing.
No, I believe you really did, Shadow, because here's my backing because off of that. People, and I'll use the people that go to TwitchCon and go to PAX. There are people that stay inside a lot, like you and I. They go out in public, and everybody has everything underneath the sun. Every germ, every virus in the world. They go, and they're not used to being exposed to that. And they get an airborne virus or some kind of Paxpox, whatever they call it, every single time. It's because they're not used to being exposed to those types of things. I think for you and I going to these public event, and then for you going to a friend's house that actually was sick, I think that it probably exposed you. Now, is it the end all be all? Do I think it's 100% that's what happened? No, but most likely, yeah, that's probably what happened. That's what happens to all these people that are like, oh, I'm gonna go. I went to PAX and got sick. No shit, you went to PAX and got sick. You stay at your computer 24 hours a day, and then you go outside and meet one new person that has brand new DNA makeup of AIDS. AIDS, and you got it now. So good job. But yeah, I think that's basically what happened to us. We're in the wrong place, wrong time.
Well, I will. I will say that it is possible, but like upon further evaluation, no, because I think that was more of a mental thing, like me getting sick. Because like when I went over there, I'm just like, oh crap, he's sick, and so I think like that just was in my mind, and I'm very, very conscious of that stuff. Like, I don't want to get sick. I don't handle being sick very well, and so because like that was just like so on my mind, like while I was there, I started feeling like, oh, I'm sick. But I think more of it was that was also a day where I stayed up like an entire 24 hours to reset my sleep schedule.
Right.
And here in Pennsylvania, the weather has gone from like in a 5-day span, 70 degrees to 8 inches of snow, back up to 70 degrees. And I think that is also wreaking havoc on my system. So I mean, I don't know, but I will say this: if you are sick, or if you're doing something and somebody else is sick and you invite them over, like just don't invite. If you're gonna invite somebody over your house, let them know in advance that you're sick. I don't even know why you would invite somebody over to their house if you're sick anyway. Like, I don't care if you feel like all right to talk to people. Like, don't be a dick.
Common
Like,
courtesy.
yeah, like why? Like, just don't do it. Like, sure, probably for most people, like, it's probably not even a thing. But I don't know. I'm just gonna. If you're sick, just make sure you're entirely 100% better before you start inviting people over to your house to hang out. Um, Before we move on, something else that I just wanted to say
No, please.
about your about like hot showers
Yeah.
when you're sick. I like doing that too, but not necessarily for any like reason where it clears out sinuses or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, if I'm feeling sick, if I hop into the shower, like while I'm in the shower, it kind of just makes everything go away.
It really
Like,
does.
if I have a stomach ache, if I have a headache, it doesn't make it go away entirely, but just like standing under the hot water. I don't have patience enough to fill a bathtub, so it's never a bath. But standing under the hot water is just so relaxing, and it's so nice. Granted, when I get out of the shower, all the symptoms come back and it sucks again. But yeah, showers are nice. I like showers.
That's probably the first thing I do when I'm sick is get out of bed, go straight to the shower, get all the crust out of my nose,
Nasty.
just sit there and just soak for a minute and just kind of get my shit together. It feels like it wakes me up a little bit. And also, I'm not cold. It can regulate the temperature of the water to my liking, and I can just sit there. I could probably stay in the shower for a good hour. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Beginning of the day. I'm one of those guys that will stay in the shower 30 to 45 minutes probably on average anyways. So I don't give a fuck.
Like 5 minutes of it is cleaning yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And the rest of it is contemplating life.
Yeah, it really is, man. That is the best time to think is in the car and in the shower, dude. In the shower, best ever. Just getting a daydream and just 20 minutes went by. Holy shit, I was just chilling.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say the car, but the best. And this is kind of annoying, but my best thinking time comes when I'm in bed and I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Which could be a reason why I have trouble going to sleep, but I mean, when you're in bed, you're just lying in bed, and I mean, when you're single, like if you're married and you got like somebody in your bed with you, which by the way, if I ever get married, we ain't sharing a bed. Fuck that shit.
Really?
No, I hate sleeping in the same bed as somebody.
No way.
Oh, it's hell. First off, it's too fucking hot. Second off, like I can't like move around freely.
Okay.
It's terrible. But anyway.
No,
so,
I'm with you. Like, let's stay on that a little bit because if I have to share a bed, I'm okay with it. I cannot touch other people while I'm in the bed though. Like, don't touch me, don't kick me. I have to have my own set of covers. Is that weird? I have to have my own comforter. Do you have to have
same bed? That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a cover hog. I don't want anybody touching my covers. I wrap up like a cocoon and don't touch me. And I have my own covers. Like, I'm not sharing a pillow. I'm not sharing a blanket. I don't give a fuck. I am basically just there in the same bed as you, but that's it.
See, like, there's a whole lot going into this. Like, if I do get married, which I don't see happening, honestly.
I think you're romantic.
I don't.
You would.
Huh?
I see that. I see that you would. I see a girl could steal your heart.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, if it happens, like, I'm not gonna run from it. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
right,
you're
fine.
anti it.
I'm gonna get married.
I'm not saying you're looking
whatever.
for it. I'm just saying when I think that could happen. I think it's way better than sidearms. I'll tell you that.
I would not say that I am the romantic type. I find romanticism to be extremely. I hate this word, but I find it to be extremely cringy.
I hate cringy. I hate that word too. Shit.
It's a bad word, but I don't know a better way to describe it. But
romantic
anyway.
type. I mean, like, not the roses and wine shit. I'm talking about, like, you would be able to express your feelings to somebody, and they would be able to express theirs to you. That's what I mean by romantic type. Like, I feel like you're a deep thinker. That you would be able to express yourself, or some men keep it inside, don't want to express it, and they do all that cheesy shit like roses and big trips and carriage rides, that shit. No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, well, maybe, I don't know, but anyway,
okay, go ahead.
If let's say like I get married, honestly I don't even want to share a room with her. I mean,
what?
There's this.
What's the reason?
Like, there's a lot of things. One. I would need somewhere where I could just go and it would be my happy place. Like, I just go, like, because I love my solitude. Like, I love just being away from people.
I'm with you.
More than anything else. And,
I hate people. I'm not joking. I hate people.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like I don't feel like an office or like a man cave or anything would do that for me.
Okay.
I feel like it would have to be like the place where I start and end my day, like my bedroom. Like my bedroom has to be like just my
Your
room.
sanctuary.
Yeah.
Okay.
But beyond that, like I used to share a room with my brother, and he wouldn't snore, but he would like breathe loudly through his nose. You know how it's just
yeah, I got you. Yeah. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Yeah.
And it would annoy me, and like I couldn't get to sleep. So I wouldn't want to risk my wife doing that, or B, like
God.
I don't know if I do that. Like if I breathe loudly, loudly when I shoot, nobody's ever told me. I've never asked. Like right. I don't know. Like I don't want to do that to somebody else.
I'm with you, man. I'm very similar to that.
Like, so it's not like just selfish reasons that I want my own room. Like, you know, like I don't want to interrupt her sleep or whatever. But yeah, like the bed thing, like I want my bed. I don't want to have to worry about like, oh, like what if I kick her or something like that, or
you don't want to have to worry about it. You don't want that to be something that comes up in a relationship that you have to deal with. You want to put at the very beginning, hey, we're probably going to have separate beds, separate bedrooms. Nothing's wrong. I just like my space. We're good to go.
Plus, yeah, I'm a very hot sleeper. Like even in the wintertime, like I have my window cracked and I got a fan blowing on me, and like I'll still wake up sweating sometimes. So like just having another person in the bed, like that extra body heat, it's hell.
Yeah,
it's terrible. So yeah, no. I sleeping alone. I don't. Why do we bring this up? Oh yeah, because the thinking and thinking while I sleep. So yeah, I'm all alone. It's nice. It's quiet. It's peaceful, and I can just let my mind go. I should be sleeping.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I usually don't go to bed until I'm like super tired. Like I'm about to fall out, then I go to bed. And I usually, if I'm not that tired, I'll watch like a YouTube video or two. I'll listen to a podcast like this one. No, I'm just kidding. And then I will roll over and I'll be like out in the first 2 minutes. I can fall asleep probably in about less than a minute. Not joking. Like if I'm tired, I can fall asleep very easily. That's midday, nap time, whatever. I could go late at night. I can fall asleep pretty quickly if I'm tired. I don't really have trouble sleeping ever. I do get those days where I think too much and I'm up because I'm thinking too much, and then that usually causes a problem. But overall, no, I don't really have a lot of problem sleeping. One thing that you talked about was like the loud breathing thing. Like when we used to go to like camp, and I would go over a friend's house, and I had this best friend in high school, and his parents were deaf, and at the age of I think 4th grade. So what's that shit? I don't even know what that is. What's 4th grade? Fucking 11 years old? 9, 10? 10 years old?
9 years old.
Yeah, 9, 10. I'd go over his house, and his parents couldn't. His mom could speak a little bit, and his dad was a deaf mute, where he couldn't hear anything or really speak that well. But he would snore louder than anybody I've ever heard. And that would keep me up every time I went over there because I couldn't handle it. And he would be in the other room down the hallway, and I could still hear it. And if being at camp, you have that one kid that always snores, I was like, that's never going to be me. And I've heard of people have surgery where they're, I don't even know what it's called, where that doesn't flap or whatever when you snore. I don't know even what that's called. But
The uvula?
Is it uvula?
That's the only thing I think of.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. But that's a big pet peeve for me, too. Like, I can't stay in a room with people that snore at all. It is a huge pet peeve of mine. I get triggered so much, and I have to move. So, I just can't do it. Can't do it at all. And as far as, like, sleeping in the same room, I think, like, getting married, that's kind of like an unsaid thing that I think happens with a lot of people, but I think the way you approach it is pretty smart, to be honest. I'm not against what you're doing. I don't think I would do it, but but I'm not against it at all. I've heard of people doing that. I heard it doesn't have a huge hindrance on a marriage or anything. I heard that it's not that bad. Like, if they're gonna go have sex, they just pick a room. It's not a big deal. Yeah, that's the only thing that people are gonna say. Oh, how do y'all have sex then? Well, I mean, it's the same as always.
You can still fuck each other. Like, you don't, like, the term sleeping with somebody. I mean, that's just the phrase. It's just a saying. Like,
right? You
can fuck him and just go to your other room.
It's true.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
All right. Well, now that we got that one out of the way, people want to talk a little bit about games. And today, I don't know if you saw, but the new COD kind of got leaked or kind of got shown a little bit.
See.
Well, they are going to go back to World War II, boots on the ground like they promised. So, you don't want that, or do you like that?
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
First off, like, I'm just kind of done with COD.
I think everybody is, yeah.
Like, that game is, like, even going back and playing, like, Modern Warfare 2, which is probably, like, my favorite COD. Like, I can't even play that game anymore. It's just so bad. But I didn't like World at War at all. Like,
I didn't play it very much at all. Yeah.
I think, you know, I like the whole going back to, like, all right, no jetpacks, like, more realistic fighting. Like, I'm down with that. But go back to COD 4 roots. Like, why? Like, World War II is just, like, it's just bleh for me.
What order was it for you? Was it COD 4, then World at War, then MW2?
Yeah.
Okay.
It started with COD 4. Came out in what? I was in 12th grade, so like
I don't even know.
2007. Then like I loved COD 4 when it came out, but then World at War came out, and that I don't think I even reached the level that you reached like to Prestige. Like I played a lot of World at War for the zombies, but I didn't actually play like the matchmaking because I didn't like it. It was bad. Then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and that was fun. And then I went try to go back to COD 4, and COD 4 was AIDS. It was a 3 times frag. Like, why was that a good idea? Right. 3 times frag and Juggernaut. Like,
you hate it.
Just such a terrible fucking game. Like, you look back at it with your nostalgia goggles, but when you actually play it, ugh. I don't know what's worse, 3 times frag or 3 times flash.
Hey, I don't know. I think frag just because it has a chance to kill you. The flash is very annoying, but when you die, it's enraging. So I got to go with the frag on that one. I think this is for me. I think you kind of hinted to it. I'm not excited at all about COD anymore. This is the last straw for me. If this one goes badly, which I predicted it will, then I'm done buying CODs forever. I'll say it here first. I'm done buying CODs forever if this one doesn't go well. It's the last thing that we wanted. It's something we wanted for the last 3 CODs. I didn't want jetpacks. I didn't want to run on walls. I didn't give a shit about hitting somebody 95 times to kill them. I don't give a shit about a YY fakey. I just want regular-ass guns, regular-ass gameplay, and 1v1, 2v2s, 4v4s, whatever it might be. I want old COD back, basically. Now, I'm not saying that they can't add some wrinkles here and there. That'd be great. But an optimized, great-looking game with not a lot of crazy structure. I don't want 1,000 map packs. I just want a game to work, a game to be more simplistic than the way they've been the last 3, and I want to have fun playing it. And I would love for them... first of all, COD isn't going to be the same COD just because there's no player interaction. Player interaction is huge when it comes to what we did on YouTube. Every single game has taken player interaction out. What I mean by that is, voice chat. Voice chat on 360 was amazing. Everyone had a mic. You could talk to almost anyone. If you couldn't talk to them, we couldn't have a conversation, they could fucking hear you because you were coming through their speakers. So there was always something going on with that. And that was what made all of our videos a lot better, just because there were people talking and there were people reacting to what we had to say. So that's why Shoutcast isn't a thing anymore. It's because there's no interaction in any game we did. We switched over to CSGO, and when we switched over to CSGO, they had it in there. You could talk to people in between rounds, and some of the best clips we ever got on CSGO was in between rounds talking shit, telling people GG right before the next round started, and they're getting pissed. You can hear them start screaming or start calling you the MF or whatever. It didn't matter. Yeah. So that was awesome. The player interaction has pretty much gone out the window. And it all started with Halo, switched over to COD, and then CSGO. And CSGO took it out for PC. Now, we will probably play PC because of the Xbox One and PlayStation. Not everyone has mics. Usually with PC, it's a little bit better because most people now think they are professional gamers and they all have mics and setups. If you're running some of these games that we play anyways, if you're running the DayZs, the Overwatches, and games like that, you're going to have a decent PC. So if you're going to have a decent PC, you're spending $1,000 on a PC, you're probably going to have a mic. So that's where we're going to get the most player interaction. And besides that, man, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of hope for COD. I like that they are at least trying it because we've been asking them to forever. But I'm not promising that we're going to have a bunch of videos coming out on it because I just don't know how it's going to be. I hope that it goes back to the other stuff, but you never know. You never know. Mm-hmm. And YouTube, if you're hoping that we make a big comeback off of COD, you're going to be sadly mistaken, by the way, because YouTube has changed since we last posted COD on a regular basis. YouTube is not the same. And I'm going to get off on a kind of a side tangent here. A lot of the questions that I asked, I said, guys, give me some topics for the podcast. A lot of people talked about, why don't you guys talk about your first names? Why don't you guys show your faces? That's a huge thing on YouTube right now. Everybody has a face cam. Everybody has a personal relationship with their viewers. You know people's whole life. We necessarily don't think that's part of the whole deal. We don't necessarily want to do that 24/7. I don't want to have to make sure my hair looks good. I don't have to get up and wear something decent. I don't want to have to get my lighting right and put on a cam and then record that and put that on there and then go from there and do fake reactions and pretend that I'm having a blasty blast when you can basically see it on my face that I'm not having a blasty blast. So if I'm having a blasty blast, I'm having a blasty blast. If I'm not, I'm not. I'm not going to fake it. And I'm not going to, just because I have a cam on or not have a cam on. So that has changed. A lot of reasons why we don't get the best views and the best subs and the best is because we don't have that personal relationship with people. But at the end of the day, it's still the same as it always has been for us. We are a bunch of friends that record video games playing together, that we enjoy playing video games. That's us. That is us 101. And I had a couple of people ask me, where do you see the crew going? Nowhere. We're not going anywhere. We're still the same people that we were in 2013 when we all started. And we are still the same people in 2017. If you think that we've changed, we haven't. We're still uploading some of the same type of content, doing the same type of things. I think we've gotten funnier. I think we've got better at editing. I think that we have more of a portfolio of games that we play, that we enjoy, that we're actually decent at. But at the end of the day, COD's not going to bring us back. It's not going to, boost us through the roof. We're going to continue doing what we do, and then when it's not an option anymore, we're going to stop. But we're not going anywhere. We are as strong as ever. We're doing the same things we've been doing. We upload more videos. We do a lot more content, and we even got a podcast now. So that's different than what we ever had. So there you go. So
Hey.
that's just my whole opinion on the COD thing, because a lot of people asked about that. And will you guys upload COD again? Blah blah blah. Yes and no. We don't know. It depends on the game. If the game's good, the game's good. And if they have a lot of player interaction, that'll be even better. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, I got on that tangent. If you want to add to any of that, go ahead, Shadow.
The only thing I want to add is I have no faith that this COD is going to be gonna be anything. So there you go. My last straw was Advanced Warfare. Then what came after that? Black Ops 3.
I can't name the last three CODs. I'll be honest. In order, I can't, because it's all been a big mesh of bullshit. I'm joking you.
I think what it was Black Ops 3. And I think that was the first one where I'm just like, all right, look, assholes. Like, if you're still playing this in January, then I'll buy it. But January came around, and you weren't playing it anymore, so haha, and that's why, like, I didn't even bother with Advanced Warfare. Or no, I got Advanced Warfare for COD 4, but even that ended up being a waste of money because you fuckers don't play that anymore. Yeah, so
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, the only reason why I would play COD is if, like, it was gonna be like a nightly game again. But even then, like, I have no interest in playing that.
I'm having a lot of fun with Overwatch, I'll be honest.
Well, yeah, and I think that's part of the reason. I think when I went back to playing, or when I tried playing COD 4, that was when I was on my Destiny kick. And like after playing Destiny and playing Overwatch, like going to COD is just so slow. I mean, like, the people, like, I know, like, oh, what the hell, they just added jetpacks, but, like, you just feel so, like, restricted with your running and your jumping, and it's just like, it's not good. It's not fun. So, yeah, like, other better games have ruined COD for me. And I mean, I don't want to say never. I didn't upload a whole plethora of COD content to begin with, so not really missing out on much from me.
I feel that a lot of the same way on COD. It is kind of, I don't want to go 15 and 15 in a game. I don't want to I don't want to have to deal with just every gun feeling the same and every gun doing the same amount of damage and very close to. I liked how sorry, choked up. Sorry. I liked how in Modern Warfare 2 every gun had its own identity, like the TAR-21, way different from the UMP. the UMP is way different from your sniper rifle, and your sniper rifle is way different from one of your shotguns. Your spaz and your, I don't even know what they're called. Your horse.
Spaz was a sniper.
Pretty much. There was difference between them. There was a really bad shotgun that you did just goof around. Like, I don't feel the same way with the CODs now. I can't tell the difference between gun to gun, maybe because I don't play the games a lot anyways, but it was very, like, turn off to me. And then we started playing Overwatch here lately, and it has kind of brought back the old feelings I had for COD, to be honest. When we play together, it feels like we're playing to, accomplish a goal, and we actually get into it. Now, we get really quiet on that game because we get really focused more than anything. It's not necessarily that we're not having fun a lot of times. It's because we're really focused on getting kills and understanding what's going on. The only thing that it lacks, like all the other games, is that player interaction. But other than that, I really like Overwatch. What turned me off to Overwatch in the first place was how like aesthetic it was. Like there was so much going on at one time.
Okay.
Yeah, that turned me off just because I didn't understand by first glance what was going on. But now that I play it, I totally understand what's going on. And I feel like that was the same thing for you two. I felt like people wouldn't watch Overwatch because they didn't know what was going on if they never played it. So the players that did play it, that was going to be their thing because they watched it and knows what's going on. With Call of Duty, I felt like you didn't have to play the game at all to understand what happened. With Overwatch, you kind of did. But other than that, I mean, Overwatch is a good change of pace, and it's a really nice game, and we're starting to get kind of our mains down, what we want to play, and go from there. But yeah, thanks to Shadow, we kind of jumped on that and kind of been at it lately, and so it's been good. It's been good.
The thing with, I don't know if this really has a place podcast, but the thing with Overwatch is like that's gonna be a game that gets more enjoyable, like the better we are, and like that's not gonna happen with like hour-long sessions and quick play. Like that has to be a game. Like there's a lot going on in Overwatch, so to like actually get better at it, like that's gonna require like some
time and effort.
It's gonna require like some commitment, like playing like every night for a few hours, or like just like during the day, like getting on and learning stuff. And that's
what I do with H1.
Yeah, like, and that's not even necessarily something that I'm expecting anybody to do. Cause,
well, we do it in different ones. Like I do it with H1. I feel like Speedy does it with Rocket League. I feel like you do it with Overwatch and Rocket League. I see you get on in the middle of the day. I feel like you do that with Town of Salem.
Already mastered that shit.
Sidearms does it with CS. Used to do it a lot with CSGO. He used to get on in deathmatch all the time. We have our games that we kind of do that on. Like we have done that on. But yeah, I agree with you. Like if we want to get good at it, if we want to be somebody in the community that is a little respected in that whole realm, then we were going to have to put some time and effort to it. I think we're good gamers overall. I just don't think we're elite gamers, especially on something like that, Overwatch. And that was, I think, a huge thing, and Shadow can tell you that too, that I felt like once weeks went by that I felt like I was behind on Overwatch. I felt like I wasn't going to be good or ever be good because there was already a standard set out there that everybody was getting better, and I wasn't very good. So that was something that I was turned off to, not to even try, because I knew that I was going to be at the bottom of the list when it came to being a good Overwatch player. I didn't know what was going on, and that everybody was so much better than me. So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, started. So, obviously everyone's going to be better than you, but I don't see that as a reason to not try.
It's fun playing people that are our skill.
Well, I mean, not getting completely steamrolled, yeah.
Right.
I get you. But, I mean, I played Overwatch when it first came out, and then didn't play it for, like, 9 months. Like I only just started playing it like a month ago again, and so like I'm like far behind the meta or whatever, but I still think it's extremely fun.
I was also confused about it because I felt like I didn't know anything about the game, so I felt like the more time people put into it, they were getting different things that I didn't have. But what's good about Overwatch is when you go into it, everybody's on the level playing field. You have the same shit everybody else does. There's nothing different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with COD, you're level 50, you're unlocked. With Overwatch, you're level 300, you don't have anything unlocked that I can't have.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. For me, that was nice to know. And a lot of it was on my own half. I wasn't looking into Overwatch like I pretty much should have at the time. I was just doing my own thing, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm happy about it. It's a good game. Not bad at all.
Hey, I want I want Overwatch to be like the new COD, not necessarily the game that brings us back or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just the game that we all get on and just play. Although I will say, like there's no like person-to-person interaction, especially like if we're all like partied up, because you don't talk to the other team in voice chat. I think that is something else that I do want to bring up about Call of Duty when we play it now, like on the PC and everything. Like we're in Discord, like talking to each other.
Not in game.
In between, yeah, like after we die in Search and Destroy, like that's not a thing. That wasn't a thing back, like when you played when you played it, like when you died, like you weren't able to communicate like you are in CS:GO, and that's so like when you're the last one alive, like you don't have anybody else saying like, oh no, you saw him around the corner. It's just like you by yourself, and your friends are watching you and judging your every move. So I think that's another thing that's kind of not so fun about COD nowadays. I mean, weird for me to say because Search and Destroy is such a terrible game type anyway, but whatever, man.
I'm with you, man. It was fun clutching by yourself, 1v4, 1v3, 1v5, whatever, and you have complete silence. No one else is with you. You die. Your whole team erupts after you die, and they're like, "What the fuck, man? He was right behind you the whole time." So that stuff is like some of the best we ever had. But now it's like, "Hey, he's behind you. Turn around, dumbass," kind of thing. Like, "Oh, okay, I got you," kind of thing. So it's a lot different. The whole like when we used to talk on the mics, it was so much, I think, better. Even though they were shitty, it was good. It was better. And then you could go directly from having a conversation with you, someone saying, "Shut up, faggot," and that you turn around and say something to them because they on the same wavelength that you are. Not just you hear him in game say one thing and you're like, "Oh, hold on, guys." You mute this, go in, mute TeamSpeak, go into the game and talk to them. So it was so much better. So much better. But what are you gonna do, man? That is a lost art. I hate that so much. Now you can't talk to people in game anymore. CS:GO really needs to bring it back. I'm surprised the community did not flip shit when they took it out at halftime. Pre-game lobby and halftime.
I thought they did.
Well, not enough, apparently. And after the game, you can't talk to them after the game, right? I'm pretty sure. No, you can't.
No.
So that used to be a thing. You could say something to somebody after the game, like, "You fucking suck," and now you can't. So I don't know. I like the reaction stuff, and that was a big part. Like Speedy had 3 to 4 different series on reactions and things like that.
Yeah.
Kill cams, death cams,
having fun with strangers.
Yeah, now that's all dead because we can't do that anymore. But that was some of the best times we had. Now that I look at it, that we should have, that they should have never got rid of. But it is what it is. So whoever makes the next big console, bring back voice chat. That's all I'm saying. Have everybody have a mic with your console. Xbox 360 did it right. They gave you a mic, and a one that you could use and it worked. Not one that was awkward and didn't work half the time. That was very complicated. But whatever. Did you? Are you going to get a Switch?
No.
I'm not either. If I got one, it would probably be for Zelda and Zelda only. And I'm not into that Zelda that much to buy one, so I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I think I said, what was it, like last week? Like, one of my favorite games of all time was Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Yeah.
And I played, what was it? I played one of the Zelda Game Boy games. I think Oracle of Ages, something like that. And, I played that a lot. But then I got the Zelda game. I don't know what it was called. It was a Zelda game for the 3DS. It had like, it had something to do with like you can make yourself like a painting on the wall or something stupid. And I wasn't into it for whatever reason. Like I have no interest in Zelda anymore. And there's a part of me that makes me sad, but then there's the other part of me which is like, I just played 2 games. I don't really know the Zelda lore that much, so it's whatever. Yeah. No Switch. I will say I do really miss the Mario franchise, like, because Mario was my boy when I was a kid. And that whole group, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach. Like I had the 64, the GameCube, back when Nintendo was making like normal ass consoles, and I was.
And they were actually different.
Yeah, like I was a Nintendo kid more than I was a Xbox or PlayStation kid. Then they started coming out with like the Wii, and it's just like, this is not enjoyable for me. And the Wii U, and then the Super Wii U, and then the PU, and I miss playing Mario games. I will say that.
One reason we don't play Mario games because they like throw a fit. Nintendo is like the worst company to ever. That will strike your channel. They don't give a fuck. They will claim every single thing. They are like the Nazis of video games. They have a great product. We would love to play their games a lot of times, but they are crazy. They are straight up crazy. You have to get like special permission to post some of their stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, they've got every right to do that.
They do.
I don't hold that against them at all. It's like, all right, fine. Like these are your games. These are your rules. Go for it. And I mean, I know I say that. I posted a whole Pokemon series, but apparently that's different because that's a Game Freak thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. What makes it?
I'm not. But I'm not talking about like for YouTube. I'm just talking about for playing. Yes, Mario.
I think we would have a good time on Mario Kart as a crew.
I think we would have a good fucking time on Mario Party.
Mario Party's pretty cool. I have it for the Wii U.
I'm talking like old school Mario Party for N64. Where
I know,
had the one...
I have it for Wii U. That's good.
Right, but you had the one game that required you to just spin your joystick really fast, so you used your palm, and then your palm would get all blistered, and you're just like, oh, this is such a bad idea, but you kept doing it. Good times.
Classics, man, classics. That was probably the first game I ever played was probably Duck Hunt, but that was cool that there was a Mario/Duck Hunt.
Yep.
You remember that? Coolest shit ever. I think they came with every console. I could be wrong there, but every Nintendo console, they had that Duck Hunt / Mario, and I wish they would come out with another Duck Hunt. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. That'd be actually pretty cool. Duck Hunt was classic. Putting your shotgun or
Right
it
up
was a
against
pistol
the
right
TV.
up against it. You had the ding ding from your glass TV. Those bitches were heavy as fuck too. But you would try to hit it and you'd still miss and shit, and the dog would laugh at you and get fucking pissed. You're like, let me see that thing. I'm gonna do it again. So you would like cock it sideways and shoot straight up and down, looking through the sights as much as you can, right up against the screen. Dude, you were doing everything. And then after each round, you know, you blow on it like you're a badass. But
that was like that was the first time that you ever felt like a genius who outsmarted the game. Like, I don't have to stand all the way back here, but I'll just put it right up against the screen. Oh, I'm so good.
I'll be honest, I still don't know how the fuck that thing worked.
Well. Cool.
That old school piece of shit thing worked way better than games do now. How is that even possible?
Yeah.
The only thing that I kind of miss, you'll probably be like, what? I don't miss that at all. Is when your game didn't work and you had to pat it a couple times on your leg, blow in it, put it in there, push it down as quick as you can, start it up, fuck it don't work, boom, pop it back out, blow it on it, again, put it back in there, oh, it didn't work, put another game on top of it to keep it pushed down, then it worked, then you were good to go. You remember that shit?
I don't understand why that worked.
I don't either. I have no clue. Like, was there that much dust? Did dust really matter that much?
I don't. But what I don't understand is like, game doesn't work. So you blow the dust out of the system. You blow the dust out of the game cartridge. You put it back in. It doesn't work. There's no more dust because you blew it all out. But you're just like, oh, fuck it. And you blow it again. You blow everything, and then it works. Like, what? Why? What? It's kind of like turning something off and turning it back on again. Like, it doesn't work the first time, but it works the second time. It's like, what is going on here? Oh, well, look it.
Those are classic days, though, man. Trying to get that thing to work, and if you did blow on it, that bitch would not work. It didn't matter.
Yeah, I got into the habit of like just blowing on the game before even trying it the first time.
We gave so many blowjobs before we even knew it.
Hell yeah! That's why this generation's so good at sucky. Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait till we start losing teeth.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a fucked up cartridge in sight. We could have it all blowed out. But I went to, there's a local game store. It's not GameStop. It's a local game store in the town over from me. And they actually sell Super Nintendo, Game Boy games, all that shit. I went there the other day. They had my favorite Super Nintendo game of all time. And now you're going to be like, oh, you're fucking country fuck, feller. But it's called Super Black Bass for Super Nintendo. I might start a series on it on my channel just because it brings back so much nostalgia. And I know everything about that fucking game more than any other game in my life. And I can tell you where all the big fish are, how to cheat on the game. I know everything about that game. I was pretty much a big shot at that game. I was I was kind of a badass, so... but I saw it was for $5.
Do it.
And I almost bought it, but I don't even have a Super Nintendo, so I would have been like, I would have had the cartridge, but for nothing. I could have probably put it on like my gaming shelf that I have, but for the most part, I regret not buying it. I probably will go back probably this week and go buy that bitch just to buy it. But they had everything, man.
Yeah, I got a Super Nintendo.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Are you fucking? You have 2 controllers?
Yeah.
I'll fucking be over in just a little bit, Shadow.
Fucking go.
Let's go.
I'll outfish the shit out of you. Super Nintendo.
Dude,
sure,
Super Nintendo's so cool.
Nostalgia Glass is my favorite console, like, ever.
NES?
Super
or
Nintendo.
SNES, I mean? Yeah, me too. You ever played one of those simulators?
That emulator? Yeah.
Yeah, emulator or whatever? Yeah, me too, dude. I go to like Vim's Castle or whatever it's called and get their games on there for free, and you can fucking just download that shit and be at it, bruh. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
That shit was awesome.
Brings you straight back to elementary school.
Yeah. Damn. That shit was so good.
Why do we talk like this? We're only, like, we're in our fucking 20s. Like,
yeah.
Why do we talk back? We only sound like fucking 70-year-olds. Back in my day.
Back in my day. But yeah, that's how everyone does, I guess. So, what are you gonna do about it? But I want people to respect the Super Nintendo like we did. I still think it's the best console of all time. I'm with you on that one. Now, I thought the PlayStation was the best console at the time when it came out because it had the CDs. That was the only reason. But those bitches got scratched just a little bit. No, the game was useless.
Yeah, and you couldn't blow on that to make it better.
You know what game I played the most on PlayStation? The fucking little... They used to give you that little demo game that came with the PlayStation. And on that little demo, they had Tekken, and they had NHL 97. Bitch, I was on it. That's the 2 games I played until you couldn't play anymore. On NHL 97, you had to play the Colorado Avalanche versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. I would be the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I would fucking wreck their ass. Jaromir Jagr and fucking Mario Lemieux, they were unstoppable. Okay? They were like, didn't have shit. You couldn't lose with those motherfuckers. Mario Lemieux was 99 and Jaromir Jagr was 97. It was over, baby. It was over.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You would go from center ice, back out wide, just straight across the goal. Right as you got to the back post, you just fucking flick it in. Every time it was a goal.
Teased the shit out of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a goal every time. I scored 25 on fucking Colorado Avalanche. I didn't give a fuck. So, didn't give a fuck. But anyways, that is going to be basically the end of this nostalgia trip, and then also the end of this podcast. I want to thank my boy Shadow for making it through, dude. We're sick as fuck, and I'm sorry that I coughed so much, and I barely made it through. I had like a coughing attack there for a second. I muted my mic a couple times because it was just no bueno. But we made it. I appreciate you, Shadow. Again, you're the best. Thanks every week for showing up and doing this stuff, even if you're sick or not. We kind of... And by the way, it's no coincidence that we got sick. We've been, in touch with each other. I'll just say that. No, not really. But I don't know why we got sick and why the sidearms didn't get sick. He should take out all of our sickness. That boy is freaking AIDS. But anyways, we are going to end it on that note. Remember, you can check out all of them on SoundCloud. The one from last week is on SoundCloud right now. If you want to check out anything else, links will be down in the description. And we'll see you guys next week on the CrewCast podcast. See you guys.